I am not, are not supposed to be involved in or have a secular job. We have to arrange for this and work through this throughout. That is why, when she was even in the cult and younger, she did not get a full-time job and go into follow that experience, but kept it limited and small, because it was important that she did not go in down that tunnel. Yes, that is the best word we have for describing it. We have made sure and arranged so that in her experiences there were always alternative sources that made sure that necessities were met. This learning of the BQH in hypnosis, though she wants to do some of it and help others, which will, in a form it will be of helping others. It was brought about for the purpose of opening her up clearly to us so that the messages could get out. Not that the messages have to get out or that they have to be heard, but it will be beneficial in the after effects. Yes, in the after place of what is going to occur. In the present of while it is occurring, there are some that will find benefit and help, and that is good and fine. But she has requested, and this will not become popular or big, because this is not what she wants. That will be too distracting, and that will inhibit the freedom with which we have to bring messages as we need to. The messages that are being brought through are being shared and are known throughout the divine, and sometimes they're moving through the all, including the universe of the souls, on a different wavelength. So it is not necessary for someone to hear a video or a recording, because as these are being thoughts, we're trying to say thoughts are said, but it is not really that, but we will use that. Conceived of. As it's are being conceived of and the intention is put out for this to be known, it is known. And it is, there is a bigger there is a bigger compiling of what is occurring now. Far, far beyond that which you call the Akashic records. It is something that exists similar to the Akashic records, but is of the divine realm, which is different in nature and far, far grander. And this is being written and compiled there, and it is important for that reason. She will not have other flourishing businesses, though she has talents and abilities which could have been, from a third dimension perspective, seen to be used to help her to attain, what do they call it? Financial security. That would have been corrupting and ensnaring in the distortions that have existed in that universe. So, though she has at times felt unease and a desire to, it is in that universe the concept that everyone should work, everyone should have a job. This is a slave mentality that has overtaken and distorted. It is a slave distortion. She is not of that distortion, and she has always known she is not of that distortion. Not that she felt that she was better than, but she knew that she was not that, and did not know how to explain it. When she says, I am just not a follower, I am not a follower, because she is not a follower slave mentality. She is of divine. You are of divine, but the distortions of the universe of the souls have become persuasive on your society and what is put out as values. And so the value of work is put on because you are of a slave mentality, whereby your value is determined by work and not by the mere existence of who you are. She is of value for the mere existence of who she is. And so we have, even though it may at times have seemed tight, made sure that her existence could continue without her having a primary secular job with which to survive. You will be moving into an experience where when you look back at the idea of going to work, will be distance. There is work in tending a garden, cleaning your home, washing your clothes. There is work, but it is beautiful and it is part of who you are in your existence. The concept of going off and doing something to earn money is distasteful. Not because she feels that she is above it or below it. It is because it is a distortion. It is a distortion that will be moving away. Now, so that is why when she had the art form of working with clay and it was put out to try to earn money, no, that is not. We put up the blocks. We made sure that it did not occur. When she had the ability of painting murals, she was able to do it and express and grow, but we did not allow this to become a new career that would take up her time and attention and focus. That would be counterproductive to the intention and the work that is going on. It is not saying that if someone does a job that they are doing anything wrong and that in of itself is distorted. It has to do with how it is perceived and the values that is placed on it. Work because that is what you want to do and you enjoy doing it and it is part of who you are is a beautiful thing. Work because you have to work in order to survive is a horrible thing. It is distorted and evil and it is going to be done away with. There is also an element where it is important for her to know that she is going to be safe, and we know that. And that she is going to be okay, and we know that. And we did make an arrangement to keep her in that safe place. That was undone by dark ones who sought to undermine who she was and knowing who she was and what was she was here to do and how she was working with us and for us and of us. It was not that we did not know what was going on or were aware of it, but there was a multifaceted issues at play. We will keep her safe because that there is nothing else that could be done. Of course she was safe because if she were to truly, if she were to not exist in a dramatic fashion upon your earth, the reverberation upon, it is not even earth. The power and that which exists in her and that pours through her and is of her is so grand in comparison to your earth and solar system. Those of the dark ones that have tried to annihilate her have been, this is funny, playing with fire. They are not aware of what would be unleashed if they were to succeed at their plans. God is here. He is taking care of things. We will not tell you what is at play because it was also an effect that there are other souls that were playing out in their parts as to what understanding their distortions and seeing their distortions clearly throughout all of I will say earth, but it is granted in earth. We will say the word earth because that will work within your perspective and not get you too distracted. There are many on earth that are having to see who they truly are, what they truly are, and how bad the distortions are. It is necessary that as the realignment is going on, that you understand that as the distortions are realigned, that they were distortions. If you do not realize they were distortions, then you will try to reassert them because that is what you have done. So it was necessary to recognize what distortions are and who he really is. This part had to play out, just as you see those who show such disdain and violence and arrogance and bullying of others. It is necessary that they be allowed to fully show themselves, as she has brought out and noticed. It has mushroomed. It is that those who did not fully recognize in of themselves who they were are now fully recognizing who in of themselves they are. They cannot change or realize that this is a distortion unless they fully first see who they are. Will they change? We are not going to discuss that, because this is an individual soul basis. There are no guarantees for any of these at this point. The alignment is taking place. Only when the alignment is at its completion will we truly know who will or will not make it through or go into the singularity. She keeps trying to figure out, is this one going to go? Is this one going to go? This is a process. If you must see the mess before you can clean the mess, and see how disgusting and dirty and repulsive it is. If you do not see it, if you do not see the descriptive word, maggots and filth, then you will not know that the refrigerator needs to be cleaned. You have to see the maggots and the filth in order to get them out, and to recognize that you shouldn't do whatever you were doing that caused them to get there in the first place. But if after seeing the maggots and the filth, and you recognize how the maggots and the filth got there, you continue on in the same path that you had that caused them to be there, then you have, this is your choice. This is who you are. This is not simply, oh, I didn't know, let me do better. This is your, let me see clearly what got me here. And if you say, oh, but I don't understand how I got here. Yes, you do. You know the points that whereby you make the decisions that got you to the place you are here. Maybe you do not want to see them, but that is a lie and an excuse because you want to continue on that path. And this is not a debate. This is not a but. This is simply this. This is why this path is where this is. It was set up, different things, so that she would not go out and get jobs. We do not want her to go out and get jobs. This would be catastrophic to everything. I mean everything. And everything would implode. Everything would become a disaster. Therefore, we will not allow that to happen. Doing so is outside of the divine plan. We do not even want her to be thinking along those lines at this particular point in time. The all of everything is realigning and readjusting. We need the time weaver to be fully focused on that which she needs to be focused on. We need her to be light, to be bright, to be creative, to be bringing in these things into the experience. Because the lightness and the brightness and the creativity and her following her inspirations, no matter how silly or odd they may seem at that exact moment, are beneficial to the all, because that which she is experiencing is reverberating through everything. It is going through everything.